Have you ever considered what allows certain older adults to flourish past their 8th decade, while many others find each day a challenge? The aging process touches us all in unique ways, yet there's something truly special about that select population of seniors who appear to bypass the typical restrictions of age. They remain mentally keen, maintain their mobility, and have a smile that suggests they have countless reasons to keep living fully. And you may find it surprising, but only a fraction, about 5% of elders, can genuinely accomplish the things we'll discuss today. These are not superhuman abilities or tales from a magazine feature. They are the quiet, meaningful indicators that a person is aging not merely longer, but with higher quality. In this presentation, we will delve into 5 accomplishments that only about 5% of seniors can still perform after turning 80. If you're wondering whether you or a cherished person in your life belongs to this exclusive group, these indicators might just astonish you. We will examine the subtle yet profound methods the most vital seniors use to preserve their physical strength, their cognitive sharpness, and their joyful spirit. From bodily endurance to emotional fortitude, every point will uncover how this rare minority has managed to hold on to something fundamental long after most have let it slip away. Please watch through to the conclusion, because you will not only learn what these 5 feats are, but you will also leave with renewed optimism about the possibilities in your own aging experience. And perhaps, you are already practicing 1 or 2 of these without even grasping how exceptional and precious they truly are. Let's begin. Number 1, moving with a swift pace, unassisted. One of the most telling indicators that an elder is in that top 5% after 80 is their capacity to move with a swift pace without any external support. We aren't simply referring to taking a handful of cautious steps within the family room. We mean striding purposefully along a sidewalk, through a supermarket, or over a parking area at a tempo that demonstrates power, stability, and self-reliance. This is an ability many don't think about until it diminishes. And for the majority of people in their 80s, it already has. As we get older, our muscle tissue naturally diminishes, our joints grow less flexible, and our feeling of equilibrium becomes more delicate. This is why most individuals over 80 either travel at a slower speed, require a walker, or depend on a companion's arm for support. But those who can still move briskly often have several key habits in common. They have maintained an active lifestyle over many years. They have made leg conditioning a priority. And crucially, they have never lost confidence in their own physical abilities. Walking velocity might appear to be a minor detail, but within the field of gerontology, it is a significant forecaster of both lifespan and vitality. Research has confirmed that older adults who can walk at a brisk tempo are more likely to live longer, sustain their independence, and bounce back more quickly from sickness or accidents. The reason? It is a mirror of how effectively the heart, lungs, nervous system, and musculoskeletal framework are all cooperating. It is a silent benchmark that reveals much more than is visible. Consider Arthur, an 83-year-old from Ohio who still strolls to the local cafe each morning. The distance is not great, just a couple of blocks, but it is his cherished ritual. He walks without a support, nods to folks he passes, and remarks that as long as he can make that journey, he feels he is still guiding his own life. His pace isn't quick because he is in a hurry, it is quick because he feels well and has faith in his legs to support him. And this is the essential point, moving swiftly without aid is not about showing off or trying to seem younger. It's not about acting like you are still 50. It is about understanding your physical self, remaining in motion, and retaining that basic liberty of movement that so many others have relinquished. It is about continuing to experience life on your own terms. So, if you are still able to get around without needing help, if your legs still feel sturdy beneath you, and if you can navigate the world without faltering at each curb, acknowledge how unique that is. That level of self-sufficiency at 80 or older is not ordinary, but it is absolutely worthy of celebration. Number 2, achieving uninterrupted slumber all night long. A rare yet potent capability that only a tiny fraction of seniors hold on to after 80 is the ability to sleep soundly all night without waking. For most older individuals, continuous sleep becomes increasingly elusive. Whether due to needing the restroom, physical discomfort, or simply an active brain, many elders awaken several times a night and seldom feel completely refreshed by morning. But for that remarkable 5% who still slumber peacefully from dusk till dawn, their bodies are telling another story, one of resilience, regulation, and profound internal harmony. Sleep is not merely rest, it is rejuvenation. When you sleep through the entire night without being disturbed, your brain can cycle through all the crucial stages of sleep, including profound slumber and REM, which are essential for recollection, disposition, and even the body's defenses. After 80, these phases often become briefer or fragmented, which can result in feeling disoriented, irritable, or simply depleted. But when your body still retains the knowledge of how to remain asleep, it is a sign that your internal clocks, your circadian rhythms, your hormonal cycles, and your nervous system are all still operating exceptionally well. What is even more extraordinary is that this quality of sleep seldom comes about by chance. Seniors who rest deeply into their 80s frequently adhere to straightforward yet powerful routines. They retire to bed at a consistent time each night. They steer clear of large meals or digital devices close to bedtime. And they have mastered the art of releasing their worries when it is time to sleep. They honor the quiet hours and foster a setting that invites repose instead of resisting it. Think of Dorothy, an 82-year-old from Vermont, who still gets 7 to 8 hours of sleep every night without a single awakening. She claims her secret is not some high-tech mattress or a special supplement. It is her method for concluding the day. Each evening, she sits calmly for 15 minutes with a cup of herbal tea, considers one positive moment from her day, and allows herself to fully unwind before switching off the lamp. Her body complies night after night because she has established a pattern of security and tranquility that signals to her mind that it is safe to fully rest. That kind of consistent, unbroken sleep is a true gift and a testament to a well-governed, deeply harmonized body and mind. If you still awaken feeling rejuvenated, if you can go to bed and have faith in your body to see you through the night without a single break, then see how uncommon and precious that is. It's not just about the quantity of hours you sleep, it's about the depth of your surrender. And if you have dedicated yourself over the years to protecting your health, handling your stress, and designing a life where your mind and body can rest completely, then this one capability, sleeping through the night, could be a quiet yet powerful signal that you're doing something very right. Number 3, maintaining an acute immediate memory. One of the most striking and unusual capacities among seniors over 80 is the ability to maintain an acute immediate memory. While numerous older individuals perceive their memory faltering here and there, misplacing their spectacles, having trouble remembering a newly introduced person's name, or drawing a blank on what they intended to say, there is a minority who persist in thinking with lucidity, recalling specifics, and engaging in conversations with accuracy and fluency. And this is not simply fortune or favorable genetics, it is frequently the fruit of lifelong practices that have kept the brain active, stimulated, and resilient over decades. Short-term recollection is heavily linked to the wellness of specific brain areas, notably the hippocampus, which typically reduces in size over the years. But in certain seniors, the brain appears to withstand that common deterioration. They can bring to mind a discussion from earlier in the day, remember schedules without noting them down, or narrate an anecdote without losing their place. These markers do not just indicate mental sharpness, they demonstrate how effectively the brain has been maintained and safeguarded over the years. What makes this even more noteworthy is that it is often the small, steady actions that yield the greatest rewards. Seniors who keep a powerful memory often share a few practices. They remain socially connected. They stimulate their minds with puzzles, literature, or new learning. And they steer clear of excessive tension and seclusion. They have cultivated a mental way of life that doesn't just keep the brain operational, it keeps it flourishing. Consider Walter, an 84-year-old from Pennsylvania who still facilitates a weekly current events club at his local activity center. Every Thursday, he stands before a gathering of peers, leading discussions, recalling everyone's contributions, and managing the flow of conversation without ever glancing at a note. He insists it isn't about being flawless, it's about exercising his brain consistently, remaining inquisitive, and never allowing himself to slip into a mental coast. Walter is convinced that his mind has stayed keen because he never quit posing questions or being observant. That degree of cognitive lucidity is an uncommon and wonderful thing. It is not solely about being able to recollect facts. It is about continuing to engage with life with the complete richness of your mind unharmed. It permits you to savor discussions more profoundly, to uphold significant connections, and to continue making contributions to the world around you in ways that feel genuine and meaningful. So, if you notice you are still able to recall specifics, absorb new information, or remain attentive in conversations, do not dismiss how extraordinary that is. It is a reflection of a brain that has been nurtured, exercised, and sustained. And that power benefits you each and every day. When you remember something vital without writing it down or find yourself completing someone's thought because you were so tuned in, recognize that as a marker of strength, not just memory. At 80 or older, a sharp mind is one of the most valuable assets you can possess. And it places you in a very exclusive group. Number 4, maintaining comfortable, predictable digestive regularity. One of the most overlooked yet significant markers of robust aging after 80 is the capacity to have comfortable, predictable digestive regularity without depending on laxatives, fiber powders, or continual dietary adjustments. It may not be a subject for polite conversation, but it is an area every senior monitors because when the system isn't functioning as it should, everything else feels wrong. And while numerous older adults contend with irregularity, bloating, or erratic digestion, a small minority still succeeds in maintaining smooth, natural function well into their 80s and beyond. This isn't solely about physical ease. It's a reflection of how effectively the digestive system is still operating, how well hydrated the body is, and how stable the gut's microbiome remains. As we get older, the muscles of the digestive passage can lose tone, nerve communications can lag, and various medications can introduce further complications. This is why digestive troubles are so frequent after 70. But for that exceptional 5% who still have regular, comfortable movements, it says a great deal about the condition of their internal bodily systems. What distinguishes these individuals is often a lifetime of mindfulness toward the small details. They typically maintain good hydration without obsessing over it. They move their bodies each day, even with just a stroll around their yard. And their eating habits support digestion, not through restrictive diets, but by adhering to basic, whole foods that feed rather than disrupt the body. Their gut wellness is steady because their way of life has been stable, not erratic. Let's look at Beatrice, an 81-year-old from Kansas who follows a morning ritual that has been consistent for decades. She rises early, drinks a tall glass of water before anything else, has a hot breakfast of oatmeal and berries, and then takes a walk through her garden. She does not track her food intake. She isn't fixated on probiotics. She simply attunes to what feels good and stays with what is effective. And she reports that she hasn't had a significant digestive problem since her 60s. This type of regularity might appear trivial, but for seniors over 80, it is a key indicator of total vitality. When your body still processes waste effectively and without discomfort, it signifies that your internal systems, from muscles to nerves to microbes, are still working in concert. It allows you to feel light, at ease, and comfortable rather than burdened, sluggish, or sidetracked by distress. So, if you observe that your digestion is still reliable, that you are not constantly tweaking your diet or using aids to keep things on track, please appreciate how uncommon that is. It signifies that your body has adjusted gracefully, that you have likely been treating it with consideration, and that your overall quality of life is enhanced as a result. Comfortable, predictable digestive regularity may not be glamorous, but it is one of the truest reflections of health that most people fail to notice. Your call to action to comment and subscribe can be inserted here as originally written. Number 5. Feeling unprompted laughter and pure delight. One of the most wonderful and rare capabilities that only a select few seniors hold onto after 80 is the capacity for unprompted laughter and authentic delight. On the surface, this might seem more like an emotional quality than a physical one. But do not be mistaken, the ability to feel lighthearted, to smile without a specific reason, and to chuckle at life's little absurdities is a deep signal of inner well-being. For many people, aging introduces layers of concern, bereavement, and at times, an emotional weight. But that small population of seniors who can still laugh without restraint, who still find the humor in daily existence, are often aging more successfully than anyone perceives. Laughter is not simply a reaction to something amusing, it is a reflection of how you process the world. Seniors who can still laugh readily often possess a flexible mindset and a resilient soul. They do not become mired in unbending habits or burdened by past sorrows. Instead, they adjust, they pardon, and they release what no longer benefits them. That kind of emotional agility is far more uncommon than we realize, particularly after 80. There is also a profound biological connection. Research confirms that amusement lowers stress hormones, enhances immune response, and raises one's tolerance for pain. When an older person still has the emotional capacity to laugh until their sides ache or to well up with joy over a grandchild's wisecrack, it is a sign that their nervous system is still well regulated, their mind is still receptive, and their heart has not shuttered itself away. It's not just psychological wellness, it's an emotional vibrancy that radiates outward. And this delight doesn't need to stem from major occasions. The seniors who laugh the most frequently discover pleasure in the small, mundane moments of everyday living. A woodpecker at the window, an unexpected call from a friend, a child's innocent remark. These are not mere diversions, they are invitations to feel something profoundly human. Seniors who welcome these moments show us that delight is not about one situation, it is a choice to stay emotionally present, regardless of our age. Consider Samuel, an 85-year-old from Georgia who still begins every day by listening to classic radio comedies over his morning brew. His loved ones say his laugh is so hearty the people next door can hear it. Samuel says that for him, a daily dose of humor is his prescription. It prevents him from approaching life with too much gravity, even on difficult days. He doesn't ignore the difficulties of aging, but he resolves not to let them rob him of his capacity to savor the present. What makes this quality especially potent is its contagious nature. Seniors who consistently express joy often spread that light to those around them. Their laughter can dissipate tension in a space. Their smile invites others to be more open. And in a society where many are fixated on what is amiss, their ability to focus on what is still good becomes a form of emotional guidance. So if you still catch yourself laughing out loud, smiling at simple things, or feeling rushes of happiness on an ordinary afternoon, that is not merely a sign of a pleasant day. It is a sign that your spirit is vibrant and strong. It means you have retained something that no medication or treatment can offer, your emotional spark. To experience joy after 80 is uncommon. To spread it to others is even more remarkable. If you possess that lightness, cherish it. It may very well be the reason others feel a sense of hope when they are with you. Final reflections. As we conclude this video, please take a quiet second to consider everything we have discussed. Among all the topics we covered, moving briskly, sleeping soundly, remembering vividly, digesting smoothly, and laughing genuinely, did one in particular resonate with you? Was there one that seemed familiar, or perhaps one you are still aiming for? The reality is, aging does not follow a set course or schedule. Each individual's path is slightly different. But when you see yourself performing one of these uncommon feats after 80, it is worth pausing to appreciate its meaning. You are not simply coping, you are flourishing in a manner that many others do not. You are retaining strength, balance, and awareness in a world that frequently has lower expectations for people of your generation. And that is something to be truly proud of. Whether you have already achieved these or are just aiming for these goals, the most important thing is that you remain connected with life. You are still trying, developing, and approaching each day with inquisitiveness, bravery, and mindfulness. Remember, none of these capabilities are about being perfect. They are about quiet mastery, those small, daily decisions that accumulate over the years. Perhaps it is your daily walk, your soothing evening ritual, or the way you decide to laugh when circumstances are challenging. These are more than just routines, they are signs of a life lived with purpose. And if you don't see all 5 in your life right now, please do not be discouraged. This is not meant as a scorecard, but rather as an inspiration for what remains achievable. Because the body can be strengthened, the mind can be honed, and the spirit can be lifted at any stage of life. Especially when you have faith that it can. Thank you for being with us today. We would be delighted to hear from you. Please leave a comment below to share one piece of insight you gained today and how you intend to apply it in your own life. Your perspectives are valuable to us, so please feel free to share them. Reading your thoughts provides us with great motivation and encouragement. If you found this video enjoyable and useful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and share it. Your support enables us to continue making quality content to inform and uplift you. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.